go!
Hey there, we're in a crawl space looking at several different issues going on. Usually with an older home, you're going to have different structural supports. You're going to have plumbing that's mismatched. There's just a number of different things that you're going to encounter in a crawl space in an older home due to the repairs that have needed to be done over the years. You need to put it all into perspective and just relax with it. Let's take a look at some of the different issues that we're looking at right now today. When we span around and we look, we can see that this natural gas pipeline is coming into the home, kind of routes down, kind of low. You need to have all piping secured properly, and you can also see that it's got excessive corrosion on it, which could indicate that there's a lot of moisture in this area. That excessive corrosion can actually cause pinhole cracks in it to allow gases to leak into the home. So you need to be very aware of any smells that you might smell throughout the course of living in this home on a daily basis. As I pan back and through, you can kind of see it right there. At the end of my finger, you can kind of see it. And then back around, you can see the furnace has its plenum coming down and then over the way the ductwork is run, and that's also got corrosion on it, which could cause energy efficiencies and a higher heating bill in the wintertime. So you need to have that replaced or have that sealed up by a licensed HVAC tech. When I scroll up and look, you can see that the wood flooring has had some moisture issues. Most likely the way it is in this home, it's a top-down issue, and once the repair is taken care of from the top, that should eliminate the moisture concerns. The thing to look at here, this is normal in a home, except for the way it's kind of cracked and damaged on the ends where it's getting its bearing on the floor joists. So special attention needs to be paid to that area along that floor joist. Now when we scroll back around, you can see that there's structural members that have kind of been rigged up to be able to give proper bearing perpendicular to these floor joists. And you can see the CMU, the concrete mason unit, is actually inverted, so you should have this actual is on its side, and it needs to shift up so that the holes are going vertical. And then you can see that it's just kind of scabbed together with some loose lumber, dimensional lumber in that area. When I pan back around this way, you can see that there's some water pipes that are just resting on the ground that have several different connections with T-connectors, couplers. Back here there was a shark bite, if you didn't see it, with that PEX coming in. So you have to also take into consideration that that piping sitting on the ground should actually be properly secured to the floor joists above. So most likely this will need to be taken care of as well. In colder areas, that could cause the water lines to freeze and pop. You're also looking at the vapor barrier. The vapor barrier helps keep the moisture from rising up and settling on the structure above. And you can see there's holes, so it needs to completely cover this crawl space floor. A lot of different issues going on in this home. Like I said earlier, this is common in older homes, being that it's sat for a number of years, if not decades. So take that into consideration when you're looking at a new property. A $300,000 property isn't going to be the same as a property going for $75,000. So everything is relative. Real estate is still the best investment you can do, in my opinion.